Welcome into another edition of the Wolves Athletic Show. I'm your host, Brian Quartz, and I'm pleased to be joined today by another special co-host. This time we have Lauren Berry with us from track and field. And Lauren, we appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, we said it's definitely been a crazy spring for you. You literally just got off the track and field, just basically a few weeks ago, with the GNAC Outdoor Championships here. Just kind of recap what it was like to have that event on your senior year.
Yeah, definitely. It's just been so happy that we got to have it for, I think, one last home meet since they're moving it to Central next year. So it was just super excited, and, some family came out. So that was super fun. And just to wrap it up with having it at home, like that, the last meet, it was just so fun. I loved it.
So checking out some of the highlights throughout the year, you guys had several home track meets. You and I talked about that too. How nice was it to not just have, usually you have John Knight and the GNAC Outdoor Championships, but you had several other meets. How nice was it to be at home so much throughout this spring?
Yes, that was super helpful, especially because I am sometimes not really a morning person, so having to jump at 10 and just having to drive 30 seconds up the road, so that was super fun to just wake up at like 9:30 and be like, oh, okay, I better go now. So that was super nice, but just also like just having the people that didn't compete or weren't just like in the meet, having them help out, volunteer, and cheer on the rest of the people competing, that was also just super fun and a lot more helpful to, get the marks and numbers down, but yeah.
We see some of the races there. We saw some of the hundreds going through there. How nice is it to compete with some of the teammates you have and learn from them? Maya Hopwood, of course, has been, one of our best in the sprints. You got a chance to compete with her in the 100 when you set your own PR. How nice is it to, kind of train with some of them and learn from them throughout the years as well?
Oh, yeah, definitely for sure, especially because I came in doing long jump and then mixed around with triple and then got put into the 100. So that was definitely, when they told me I was going to do the 100, I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I can. Like, no, thank you. But definitely having Maya there it's always just so much better, like having her in practice and being able to run against her and then doing that in the meet, run against her, like that even just pushed me so much more. So it was super cool to just work out with such an amazing athlete like she is and so fast, super fast athlete. So it's just so fun to work out with her and work out with everybody. But yeah.
You kind of touched on your primary, events, doing the long jump and triple jump. Those were both really good for you this year too. How nice is it to kind of come into your senior year, you're always building, hopefully to get, PRs and new season bests, and that happened for you this spring in both of those events too. Just how nice was it to kind of, culminate your career with, high marks in those two?
Oh yeah, definitely. Long jump, it's always been a struggle since high school, getting like the perfect mark and then I get a super good mark and then it trickles down. I'm like, okay, I need to get back up to that. But definitely triple was probably my best, I think, just event that I had this year, especially because I PR'd by such a big amount in GNAC. So that was super fun, just all the practice. I think literally I found out that I was entered into triple like 3 days before GNAC. So me and Cody literally just practiced triple for like 2-3 days, and so I was really amazed by myself because I had such little time to practice triple, and I did so well in it for myself at least. But it's just super fun being able to do that and have the coaches that take the time out of their day to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna spend some extra time on this and get you going so that you can do good in the event. So that was super fun. But
yeah, we saw it too. You kind of touched on it too with the GNAC Outdoors here. It was a really good overall team result. You had to be really happy with that, not just on the women's side, the men's side too. You guys posted really high point totals. It was the most for the team since 2011. So, how nice was it to kind of go out like that and really, show against the other conference teams like we did?
Oh, yeah, definitely for sure, especially just because I feel like we've kind of always been like we haven't gotten that since so long ago. So definitely just to show that Western Oregon track is definitely coming back up, so I'm really excited to see like next year and the years after that. We're getting in some really good recruits and just some really good signees, so I'm really excited to see and especially more on the jumps and multis and sprint side. Like, I'm just so excited to see that we are getting so many more of those athletes and they want to come here, so I'm super excited.
You kind of touched on that too, but what was kind of the draw for you? You're not from too far away, being from Washington State. Kind of what was the draw for you to come to Western Oregon and specifically to compete in track and field here?
Yeah, definitely. I think I first heard about Western Oregon from my good friend Kiana Jones, who played on the basketball team. We went to high school together. So kind of when she told me that she was committing, I was kind of stuck between if I wanted to go in-state or if I wanted to, go somewhere a little farther away. So, I checked out Western Oregon, applied, got in, emailed then Coach Johnson, and he was like, yeah, definitely, we want you to come on. So that was super cool when I came and visited campus, got to talk to him, and he was just wanting me to come on, and definitely just the campus was so beautiful, and coming out to the first practice and everyone was just so welcoming where I was like, whoa, I'm a little freshman, but these people act like they've known me for so long. So that was super cool too, and just how inviting everybody was, which made me love it even more, and which made me want to do that when I was a senior for the freshmen. So it's been super fun, but
Yeah, I know you kind of touched on it there a little bit too, but I mean, how crazy to think that you're already to your senior year. You got graduation right around the corner when you first came in as a freshman. Did you really realize, when this time was going to happen, and how fast it's gone for you to where, we always say it kind of goes fast at times, and I'm sure it probably has for you to realize that, those years have already gone through and you're on your way to graduation.
No, definitely. I remember freshman year, I was in my dorm, and I would call my mom every single night asking her to come pick me up, or that I didn't want to come back next year. Came back the next year and even just had so much more fun. And, I kind of feel like it was just I wasn't ready to go, but, I needed to leave, my family and just, get away and have fun. And so definitely I think having, the track team and just having track in general to kind of make my mind, be like, okay, you have this other stuff, and kind of make it not so much fixed on that. That definitely helped. And then school, I think especially getting into SAC and stuff, just having something to do every day with, sports related, it made my time go by so fast here, and I can't believe that I'm graduating in 4 days, 3 days, whatever, however many days it is, but it's crazy how much time flies. They say time flies, but I just remember yesterday when I was moving into my dorm, and it's so crazy.
Yeah, before you know it, you'll be like the rest of us. It'll be your 10-year college reunion. You'll be going, how did that happen?
Yes.
I just graduated with my degree the other day, It goes by fast. And then you mentioned it a little bit too with SAC, the Student-Athlete Advisory Committee, and you've worked your way up to president. Just kind of talk about what made you really want to get involved with that, and how much you've kind of learned during your time being involved with that.
Yeah, definitely. I think kind of peaked my junior year, got into the Business and Economics Club, and I was kind of like, I want to get more involved in campus and community and athletics. Then I joined SAC, and I was also doing this Amazon Prime Student Ambassador thing, so I had to give away stuff, and so I was like, well, what better way to include SAC into that so we get more awareness for SAC? So definitely did that, and then this year Jasmine was like, well, you want to be president? I was like, I mean, sure, I guess. So definitely having that leadership role this year has definitely prepared me, which I'm super thankful for my career to come, and just being able to, organize stuff, do committees, Wolfies this year. I think we literally planned Wolfies in less than a month, but seeing how much we were kind of prepared. It definitely was, we wanted all this stuff, and then COVID restrictions happened, and then we were like, okay, well, now we got to fix everything and redo this and redo that. So, but definitely being able to just organize this and get leadership into it, it definitely set me up for the rest of my life, I'd say. So I'm super thankful for SAC and Jasmine and Randy and Tavai, so shout out to them. But yeah.
I'm sure you really enjoyed it too. It's a really good way to see some of the other, student athletes on campus, because, I'm sure, you try to see as many as you can, especially when, pre-pandemic, when you were able to, go to events more and see some of your fellow student athletes. But then, over this past year, I'm sure SAC really helped you with that, just a way to, stay in contact with those other athletes that are competing, just to find out, how they're doing, and, ways you could help them as well.
Yeah, for sure. No, definitely. And especially because I feel like this year, the teams that didn't get to compete and stuff, I think that once they found out about SAC and they were like, oh, this is still a way that I can be involved somewhat in athletics, that definitely helped too. So it was definitely cool to see the people on some of the women's basketball, they came and they were super involved in SAC this year. So that's really cool to see, especially since in the past years our SAC kind of hasn't really been constructed into what other school SACs are. So it's definitely cool to see that we actually have students from every single sport in our SAC committee, and we're going to have presidents, vice presidents, like different kind of committees within it. So I'm super excited to see where this SAC's going to go. So it'll be exciting, but...
Yeah, how much have you enjoyed, too, just following, their success, too? You look back just this spring, like you touched on a little bit with, basketball, of course, just had to basically do practices and workouts. They weren't able to compete. Football, the same thing until their, the spring game at the end of May. But you would look at, throughout most of the other spring sports that were able to compete, baseball had a really big season, making it to regionals for the 8th time in program history.
Mm-hmm.
Softball goes back to GNACs. They've been in it every season it's been offered. They've qualified for it. And then you guys, with your high point totals, what was it like just kind of seeing the success, and how much do you enjoy seeing that from the other, sports on campus?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely, especially for the sports that didn't get their seasons this year, I think it's just going to be like so much more of a drive next year and the years to come to that. Never take anything for granted, because it could get really taken away from you just like that. So I definitely am super excited to see everybody's grit and hard work that they've been doing this past year, just leading up into finally being able to play, especially with basketball and football and soccer and volleyball. So, but definitely like softball, baseball, track, I know, speaking from everyone, but we're all just so grateful. And even like for track, I can say that even though we did have meets this year, like still people were just itching to get into meets like every single weekend. So I think next year is definitely going to be like a very big year for Western Oregon athletics. So I'm excited.
When you think back to, we'd have to at least touch on it a little bit too, going back to, last year, we're into March, you're just getting through your one outdoor meet, you're thinking, hey, I'm getting set up for this, big outdoor season, junior year is going to be exciting, and then, everything gets shut down. What was that like, mentally, and just trying to, adjust from all that perspective of like, hey, what's going to be next for us?
Yeah, definitely March 2020 was very difficult, because I had my first outdoor meet of the season, and I had already PR'd for my best long jump of outdoor season. So I was super excited and super ready to compete. And then when we found out COVID was canceling everything, it was definitely tore at the heart a little bit. But I just went home and kind of, I realized that, like to get better, I still need to keep practicing. So definitely went home, kept doing the workouts that Coach G would send, did my own workouts. There's this one hill in Woodinville, Washington, where I live by, and its nickname is Heart Attack Hill. So that was super fun to do over the summer, and it definitely paid off for this year, because I saw how much like I could go into the workouts and just do the workouts and be like, okay, what's next? Like, so that was super fun. I definitely think that just for myself and like seeing like definitely for other people, seeing how much like patiently we've been waiting for this moment, and just all that everyone's had to wait so long. So I definitely think that this waiting period, it's kind of like a blessing in disguise almost, just because it makes you work so much harder for what's to come. But yeah.
Was it an adjustment at all, too? And by the way, we're glad you survived the hill and joined us back for senior year, so we're glad you made it back through that. But, was it difficult at all, not having an indoor season? Because I'm sure you guys were just glad to have, any season, whether it was indoor only or, outdoor only. But was that an adjustment at all to not have, just having to train through the indoor and then just wait, to just do a complete outdoor season?
Yeah, that was definitely super weird, just because I feel like we go from winter break, like we're supposed to be working out super hard, still the same at home during winter break, and then we come back January 4th or whatever day it is, and we're already going into indoor meets that next weekend once we come back from winter break. So that was definitely weird to be working out for still waiting till March. But I definitely think it was definitely not an easy adjustment, but it was doable just to see the outcome that we had for spring sports, and kind of just that we were just so excited for hopefully being able to do spring. But I wish we would have had an indoor season, just because running on the platformed long jump runways are definitely scary, but they're super fun to me at least. But
yeah, we were definitely glad to have the seasons back too. And now, Lauren, this is a segment that we've been really enjoying, going into our Unmask the Student-Athlete. We did it, for our last episode, and there's no pressure here for you, because, you're just the SAC president and all, but I would think, you got to go perfect here, right? I mean, you know everybody on campus, whether it's pandemic or not. I know you know everybody here.
Exactly. I got it. I got this.
And remember, Lauren had the answers ahead of time, too. We didn't want to tell her that. But
What, Nikki?
Yeah. You know, we start off with, I mean, we got to give you an easy one here, right, from baseball. You got to know this one.
Okay.
And he's a SAC member, too.
That is Mitchell. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, was I supposed to say the last name?
Yeah, Mitchell Hulse, that's fine.
Okay,
You got
okay,
it. We
okay.
got it. So, yeah.
I don't know about last names.
So we had to start you off with one that, you knew you would
Okay,
get. Of course, Mitchell, he's been here throughout
Yes.
his career. I'm sure you know him really well, being a member of SAC, and he helped out with
Yes.
Wolfies. And
Yes, he did.
yeah, I mean, he's, been a longtime member of the baseball team, and of course, helped contribute to their season. And we go to another one here. We go to soccer.
Okay, this game pretty easy because these are all SAC people. That is Hannah from soccer.
Yep, Hannah Rispler, who's been a member of the soccer team the past 2 years. See, if we keep giving you SAC people, then you can just keep rolling through this, right?
Yeah.
It'll be no problem. Yeah. And then we go to another one. Of course, you know this one. This one's
I don't know about this one. I don't know if I can see that from here. Just kidding. Logan Jackson, ASWU president. Whoop whoop.
Yep, another one you know really well. And of course, Logan been a member of your track and field team throughout her career as well.
Yes.
Go to another one here. Of course, we go to volleyball now.
Okay, I got this. Aubrey Stanton.
Yep, Aubrey Stanton, our main setter on the team the past few years. Got to play throughout the spring season as well this year. Oh, yeah, we don't even need to give you the clue on this one.
Yeah, come on now. Oh, if anyone needs some food, though, Trissay McCarver got it for you.
Does she? She's got the food for you?
Her and her girlfriend made they do this Google Forms they make food during the week. Healthy foods, too. Vegetarian, too. So good.
Well, guess what, Trissay? I'll be coming by her house here soon for some food, right, throughout the summer. Mm-hmm. And then we go to another one here, just through with the spring season into softball.
That is Logan Carlos.
Yeah, see, I think we needed to make these harder on you. You're just having too much easy times knowing everybody,
Yes.
Yep, starting second baseman on the softball team. Then we roll into men's basketball.
Tony, also known as Antonio, I think, maybe?
Yep, you got it.
Tony,
You even had both of his nicknames. Yeah, I think he goes by either way. I call him Tony, and I know he goes by Antonio. But
okay, I didn't know which one what government name was on there.
Yeah, which one was on his federal ID on his driver's license? Yeah, but yeah, Tony Salinas. Yep, been a starting point guard for the past few years, and then we go into football. Another one for you.
This one's easy. Omari Land, of course.
Yep, starting running back for the team. It was good to see him in the spring game, this couple weeks ago, get it back out there. And set up for another big year, led the team in rushing in 2019. And so, yeah, we go through those. I think, Lauren, you did pretty good. I think looking at, my math isn't the best, but I think you actually went perfect on that one. We should have given you some harder ones, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. At least I got better than Curtis. That's all I care about. So
that was the goal going in, right? You're
exactly.
Like, yeah.
I just had to get at least better than Curtis. That's it.
Yeah, like as long as I make him, get through. If I miss one less than him, then I'm in good shape.
Exactly.
So, well, Lauren, yeah, we appreciate you, having fun with us on that and taking time, and we really appreciate you swinging by and joining us today and catching up on everything about WU and you personally.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to see all the future coaches and future athletes on here. But yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, we look forward to everybody again tuning in, and we'll be talking to you again here soon. Have a great rest of your summer. We'll catch up with you again in August when we talk to some more of our fall sports coaches, getting over the schedules coming up for the next year. Go Wolves.